If you're shopping for the OBSBOT Tiny 2 Lite webcam, expecting a cutting-edge AI-powered streaming experience, stick around because I'm about to reveal why this $159 gadget might just surprise you, but not always in the way you think. But here's what caught me off guard. It promises pro-level features tailored for esports and streaming, yet there are some glaring issues you need to know before hitting buy. Contrary to most glowing reviews, this camera, designed for content creators, teachers, and esports enthusiasts, has some flaws that can seriously impact your workflow and overall experience. So, is it truly the next-gen streaming cam, or just another overhyped gadget? Let's dive deep and find out. First off, quick heads up. If you're a teacher or a business professional looking for a reliable webcam for meetings, the OBSBOT Tiny 2 Lite markets itself as an ideal fit with features like 4K resolution and AI tracking. It's touted to streamline presentations with whiteboard mode and dynamic gesture controls. Sounds perfect. But here's the catch. Some features are missing or underdeveloped in this Lite version compared to other models. It's like buying a sports car with half the engine. You get the look but not the speed. Why? Because they trimmed down core functions to prioritize teaching and meetings, leaving heavy streamers and content creators wanting more. But wait, we'll get to that. Before you jump to conclusions, imagine gearing up for a major online meeting. The webcam promises 4K Ultra HD clarity with a 1.2-inch CMOS sensor designed to capture crystal-clear shots. You're hoping to impress your client or students, but here's where reality bites. Multiple users report inconsistent image quality depending on lighting conditions. Under bright daylight, the Tiny 2 Lite shines. Under typical home or office lighting, it struggles, resulting in grainy or washed-out footage. So it's not quite the professional-grade image you expect, especially at this price. And when you consider many webcams in the $50, $100 range regularly outperform it in low light, you might wonder if the AI claiming to auto-adjust is just marketing fluff. Let's talk tracking modes, a headline feature promising everything from upper body, hand tracking to customizable tracking zones. Sounds like magic, right? But the reality is a bit clunkier. Users report laggy tracking that occasionally locks onto the wrong subject or fails to keep you centered when you move quickly. It's a bit like having a puppy that gets distracted chasing a squirrel when you just want it to stay by your side. Adorable but frustrating. And for gamers or esports streamers who rely on fluid, real-time camera movement, this can be a deal-breaker. You might spend more time manually correcting or resetting the camera than focusing on your game. Now, let's add another layer: gesture controls. The Tiny 2 Lite allows you to lock the tracking target with an open palm and zoom with a finger point. It's futuristic in theory, but in practice, it can feel like you're trying to cast spells instead of controlling a camera. Lighting, angle, and background clutter sometimes confuse the AI, causing it to ignore gestures or, worse, misinterpret them. Imagine trying to zoom in during an important lesson, but instead, your camera freezes or zooms wildly. It's like ordering a steak and getting a surprise salad. So, while the feature is neat, it's far from foolproof and sometimes downright unreliable. But who exactly should consider the OBSBOT Tiny 2 Lite? If you're a casual user needing a webcam for Zoom meetings or online classes with decent 4K image quality and basic tracking, this camera might fit. It's definitely a step up from ordinary webcams with fixed angles and no AI smarts. However, if you're a pro streamer, dedicated content creator, or competitive esports player aiming for flawless production, proceed cautiously. The Tiny 2 Lite software does support SDK and Stream Deck integrations for customization, but the execution sometimes lags behind expectations. It's a bit like buying a Swiss Army knife that has the right tools, but none of them open smoothly. You have potential but limited immediate payoff. Let me tell you a quick story to illustrate. A friend of mine, an indie game streamer, was excited to upgrade from his basic webcam to the OBSBOT Tiny 2 Lite. He imagined hands-free zooms and gestures that would make his stream look slick and professional. The reality: the camera struggled to track his frantic game movements, the gesture controls misfired midstream, and after several tries, he switched back to his good old fixed webcam at a fraction of the price. He joked, "I expected an AI cameraman, but all I got was AI chaos." It's a funny quip but highlights a real issue. This camera promises a lot but sometimes delivers less in fast-paced scenarios. Let's rehook here. What about the patented customizable preset modes? The Tiny 2 Lite lets you set multiple camera positions with different parameters to minimize adjustment time during scene changes. A smart feature in theory, but in practice, it requires patience and a learning curve that might frustrate newcomers. You'll need to spend quite a bit of time setting up and testing each preset to truly benefit. For casual users who want plug-and-play simplicity, this may feel like overkill. Professionals may appreciate it, but only after investing considerable effort and patience. Think of it like having a smart home system where you have to program every light switch yourself before it feels smart. Moving on to compatibility and ease of use. The camera boasts plug-and-play functionality with no required app installation, which is great for novices. But when you dive deeper, professional users will want to explore features like SDK support, global hotkeys, and OSC controls. These advanced options elevate your streaming game but again add complexity. A warning: if you are not tech-savvy or hate fiddling with settings, this might feel overwhelming. So, while the Tiny 2 Lite tries to serve both beginners and power users, it doesn't completely nail either end of the spectrum. Also worth mentioning, the camera can shoot in horizontal, portrait, or upside-down modes, and automatically adjusts based on placement without image quality loss. Neat for creative setups. But here's a pro tip: if you plan to flip the camera upside down frequently, prepare for occasional glitches with software resetting angles incorrectly. So no matter how smart the AI claims to be, it occasionally behaves like it just woke up from a nap. Let's lighten the mood with a joke. Why did the webcam break up with the streamer? It couldn't handle all the drama. Jokes aside, the OBSBOT Tiny 2 Lite's combination of AI features and hardware is impressive on paper, but remains a mixed bag in real-world use. Now pricing. At $159, this is not your bargain basement webcam. There are several alternatives at half or two-thirds the price, offering better performance in certain areas, especially for low light or quick movements. However, OBSBOT's official partnership with the 2025 Esports World Cup adds credibility and ensures some forward-looking tech integration. So, you're paying a premium for brand assurance and advanced AI tracking features, if they actually work well for you. Here's another laugh for you. What do you call a webcam's favorite workout? Zoombix. But seriously, if your workflow depends on smooth gestures and detailed tracking, prepare to put the Tiny 2 Lite through its paces before it performs like a champ. To wrap things up on a positive note, for educators, virtual meeting pros, and casual streamers who want clean 4K video, decent AI tracking, and handy preset modes for presentations, the OBSBOT Tiny 2 Lite can be a solid choice. Its futuristic gesture controls and multiple shooting modes add flexibility not found in standard webcams. Plus, the plug-and-play design means you can get started quickly without tech headaches. And if you're excited by the esports connection and plan on customizing your setup with SDKs or Stream Decks, you'll appreciate the potential it unlocks. So, is the OBSBOT Tiny 2 Lite worth buying? Yes, but with realistic expectations. It shines brightest for users wanting smarter webcams for meetings or casual streaming, rather than full-on professional esports production. If you value AI tracking and 4K clarity at a reasonable price and don't mind occasional quirks, this webcam has your back. But if you want flawless tracking and gesture controls without the hiccups, you might want to hold off or explore higher-end options. If you want to grab the OBSBOT Tiny 2 Lite for yourself, check the link in the description for the best price available right now on Amazon. Prices fluctuate fast, so don't miss out. Take advantage of the cutting-edge AI tech, immersive 4K streams, and esports-ready features, but keep in mind the caveats I shared. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more honest tech reviews. And remember, sometimes the smartest AI cameras need a little human help to reach perfection.